In this video, I'm playing Subnautica and keeping you company whilst you fall asleep. This is episode 46 of Fall Asleep with MadMorph, so let me know in a comment what game you want to see me play next. In this game, I've crash landed on an alien ocean planet and will have to make a new home here and survive long enough to get rescued. The sequel is about to come out, so I thought it would be a good time to play this one, but make sure you hit like and subscribe to come back for Subnautica 2 in just a few days. If you're new here, I'm MadMorph, and if you're returning, welcome home. If you're also trying to get better sleep, I have a podcast called Down to Sleep where I read books to you. It's free on Spotify and everywhere you get podcasts. I'm about to start The Hobbit, so it's a great time to join if you want to hear that every week, and you can find the links that you need in the description. And now, let's tuck you in. Take a nice deep breath, and let's get down to sleep with Subnautica. Do not be alarmed. This is the escape pod to sleep. Let's get out of here. I've heard we're headed to the sleepiest planet around. There you go. That's one way to get to sleep, isn't it? Take a whole load of metal to the face. Let's go ahead and get ourselves out of here. And whilst these relaxing ASMR fire sounds are very soothing, we shall put them out with the fire extinguisher as we prepare to begin a new life. Booting in emergency mode.
Minor head trauma.
Often.
This is considered an optimal outcome. This PDA has now rebooted in emergency mode with one directive: to keep you alive on an alien world. Please refer to the databank for detailed survival advice. Good luck.
Essentially, it could be worse, and please have an attitude of gratitude for still being alive, as we should all practice and preach. We have suffered a minor head trauma, but it's time to begin our adventure in Subnautica. We're in. Let's go take a look at the world that awaits us. There she is. So this is the ship that we were just on and has crash landed. We hopped into our escape pod.
The Aurora suffered orbital hull failure. Cause unknown. 0 human life signs detected.
And we find ourselves the sole survivor on an ocean planet, having to survive and try to get home. So whilst that was a chaotic beginning, things are about to get a lot more relaxing. For you, not necessarily for me, as I have a fear of water. But we'll get through this together. Let's head back inside. So what we have here is what'll be as our first kind of little base of operations to work out from. As we get ourselves settled underwater, we pick up a first aid kit from here. We've got a storage container, which has a flare, some filtered water, and a nutrient block in. Appetizing. Let's put one of those in our pocket. And a fabricator. The good old fabricator for crafting things. One of those things you always wanted from Star Trek. You know the machines where you go, chocolate muffin. And then it goes, meh, 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 and makes you a chocolate muffin. Why can't we get to that future, you know? Why isn't AI taking us there instead of making AI art slop? Why isn't AI creating a machine where I go, chocolate muffin, make it so? And then it goes, no, 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 and I have a chocolate muffin. I mean, that's the future I want to live in. Anyone else that grew up with Star Trek obsessed with the idea of having a holodeck one day? Because that too. So to repair our damaged radio, we need the repair tool. How do we make that? Let's have a look here. Resources, sustenance, personal, tools. For a repair tool, we need silicone rubber, cave sulfur, and titanium. Now, in order to get these things, we are going to have to go for a swim. Under the sea, Kiss the girl. Here we go. Our first Splish Splash having a bath. Splish Splash in the bath doesn't quite work with a British accent, does it? Splish Splash, I was having a bath. So we've got our oxygen on the left, we've got food, we've got health, and thirst. So food and thirst, two different things. And this is kind of our starting area to swim around. And honestly, the Subnautica soundtrack is very meditative. I feel like we could all just take a deep breath right now and think about our own O2 as we let our shoulders sag and relax. Notice any tension in your jaw and let it go. Let your tongue rest in your mouth.
Oxygen.
And then swim to the surface because you're running out of oxygen and quite literally drowning. But this very much sounds like meditation music. Meditation's available now on downtosleeppodcast.com. Okay. Now do not fear. This area is quite safe. So we're able to be a little bit more relaxed here. Was I relaxed the first time I played this game? Absolutely not. I can remember, I think it took me about 20 minutes to jump into the water. Now, I absolutely have to credit this game with helping so much with my fear of water, because I'm amazed at myself right now. But perhaps because I know we're a little bit safe here. So let's keep going up and down and picking up some things from here. We just picked up some debris, some salvage from the wreck, as we look for the stuff that we need to make our first few tools. And then we're going to be moving further out. We'll end up building a base, like a house under here. We'll have to go to different areas. And honestly, this game is brilliant. This first game is fantastic. And if you're interested in Subnautica 2, but you don't want to play it early access, where there's only like 20% of the game coming, I think this is a great game to go back to because it's fully done and actually experienced for the first time over Subnautica 2. Like, I love the story of this game as well. It's brill. But yeah, I spent a good 20 minutes, I think, or more when I did this. I streamed the whole thing every day for like a couple of weeks. I got 60 hours it took me to do it. And just being scared to get into the water because everything took me so long. What's that over there? Up out of the water. What is that? I wish I had binoculars. And it took me a long time to feel comfortable, but it genuinely, this is the game for people who have a fear of water to get into. It helps a lot to experience it, honestly. Let's look for some more of these rocks that we can break into. I 100% still will get scared when we go to some of the other areas because it's just, that's how it is, you know.
Has just increased to unlikely, but plausible.
But I'll keep my fear to a whisper. Never. Don't worry, darling. It's going to be fine. There'll be no screams here. Just pleasant soundtracks and swimming and collecting stuff for a minute. Let's go get some metal from over here. Let me know if you have a fear of water at all. What is your fear? Drop it in a comment below. Any fellow thalassophobes out there experiencing it with me? Beacon fragments. I wonder if I can make anything yet. Let's double check what we need. Let's swim back up to the surface. Might just put the music down a little bit in the audio. General graphics. Is there audio? There you go. Bring the music down a little bit. That sounds a little bit like I'm in a club in Berlin somewhere, doesn't it? With strobe lights and John Wick coming in. Fabricator. So from the stuff that we've collected so far, we can make titanium and a battery using an acid mushroom and copper ore. I think we want a scanner first, so we need a battery and titanium. That's exactly what we've got the stuff for. So we make our battery. Oh my gosh, it's bringing it back. I can remember using this so much.
New blueprint acquired.
Make titanium. And now... ooh, we can make an O2 tank as well, but we're going to do a scanner. It's very important we get this.
The scanner can be used to synthesize blueprints from salvage technology and to record alien biological data.
I quite like it when stuff sounds like that. I think we really messed up by allowing AI voice stuff to sound like real people, because I quite missed when robots would sound like this. And if there's ever a robot living in my house doing chores and making sandwiches, I want it to talk to me like C-3PO from Star Wars or something else like that. I don't want it to sound like a real human. That's terrifying. Just me? Let's make an O2. So if I make an O2, does this make my O2 bar bigger? If I make a... it does. So now we can go further down.
Acquired.
Oh, it's nighttime. That's a little bit scarier. I forgot that the time changes. Hey, look. Is that a moon or a planet? So now it's nighttime. We've got the lovely crackling fire of a nearby shipwreck. And the water is dark. Oh, that's a big planet going past us there, isn't it? And there's some flying stuff as well. How exciting. Self-scan. Scanned myself.
Self-scan complete. Vital signs normal. Continuing to monitor.
Continuing to monitor. I don't think it's too dark under here, is it? It's kind of a dim water, but it's lit by bioluminescence. And now we can start scanning stuff, which will allow us to have databank entries and learn about these things. I'm slightly concerned trying to... it's been a very long time since I played, and I'm hoping that nighttime doesn't mean there's anything in this area. Quite a lot's probably changed since I played, isn't it? Now that I think about it. That's such a good underwater sound, that. Although the breathing of the oxygen may slightly feel like a fall asleep with Darth Vader. As we continue to scan and explore the surrounding area. Let's collect things here. I heard a sound and everything is fine. That is a kind of scary looking fish, and I'm going back to my safety of my life pod, and that was rather scary. Let's go in. Sing when I'm scared. Happens back when I used to stream horror games. Quite often, it's the only way to get through horror games and or life, is to sing to yourself. You should try it. It helps a lot. Or hum if you don't want to sing. Humming is very good for you as well. Into the fabricator we go. So we want to get a repair tool. All kinds of tools is what we want. Survival knife would be good too. You need some silicone rubber. What do I need for that? Creep vine seed clusters. Okay, I know what those are. It's actually quite comforting to play something that you've played before, even a while ago, and kind of know what you're doing. I know that a lot of times when I play games I have zero idea what I'm doing. I'm finding it kind of comforting to not be overwhelmed. Which I guess is what they say about people rewatching shows, isn't it? Is you know what's coming, so you're not overwhelmed by it. I've been rewatching Mad Men, and it's honestly all-time top 5 shows for me, and I'm finding it really, really comforting. to rewatch it.
Intake recommended.
Ah, we need food. Okay, let's have a look. Oh wait, no, I have it in my pocket. I have a nutrient block. I just ate
Vital
it.
signs stabilizing.
Great. Let's put a load of these mushrooms into storage because I picked up a lot of them, and drink the water. Okay, we're okay now. Keep hitting escape to open my inventory, but it's tab. What's a comfort game for you? What do you sort of go back to and play over and over again to bring you that comfort where you understand it, you know what you're doing, and you just enjoy it? And what is a comfort show or movie?
Detecting increased local radiation levels. Trend is consistent with damage to the Aurora's drive core sustained during planet fall.
So the Aurora ship is leaking radiation over there. What if we just enjoy this ambience for a bit? The alien birds trilling. The sun's coming up. Let's watch the sunset together. I mean the sunrise, excuse me. Wow, that looks really cool. The sky is going quite quickly from dark to orange. The planet is becoming invisible. It's above it. It's odd. It's like it's cloaked. We're going to watch the sun come up over the horizon with the shipwreck on our right. I think that's where the sun is. Yeah. Nice. But yeah, I'm really enjoying Mad Men. I think because it's a simpler time. And watching something that's back in time, I'm finding really comforting. Because I'm really in a mindset of, for our time and the way things are going at the moment, thinking it kind of sucks. So to go back to that time, there's something escapist about that, you know? Even though as a show it actually does focus on the troubles of those times and everything that was going on as a backdrop. I find it oddly comforting. Right, sun's up. I think we should be able to hop back in and have ourselves another little swim around and find the stuff that we're missing so far. So these are the seed clusters we want over here. So we're going to mosey our way over there. I think I might need a knife to get them if my memory is correct though. So let's pick up a couple of things, go back up, and then we'll make a knife before we go over there, because we have to cut the clusters away from the vine. And look for more metals and copper as well. As we go a bit further out, I think you can catch these fish here. Let's see if we can catch one. It's getting away from us. Need to make fins before we can boost. Oh, grabbed one. Hello, little mate. You're right. Okay. That was your... I picked up a much larger fish's lunch, and he came and took it away from me. How I managed to not yelp at that, we'll never know. Oh, he's collecting the scrap. This sort of hammerhead toothfish that snatched that fish from me is going around and collecting all of the scrap into a pile. I mean, thank you. I'll come down here and get that. But he does keep having a little bit of a nip at me every so often. Okay, let's see what we need for the knife. Dun 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 dun. So we can start breaking into extra stuff and making things. You can come up through the bottom here as well. With me escape pod, honestly I think I would just curl up in corner as ball if I landed on alien ocean planet. I'd say, well, I had a good run. I had a good run, lad, and I'm done now. Nothing that can be done. Don't you want to try and survive and make it? Oh, I'm quite alright, thank you. Ah yes, the silicone rubber. So I must be able to get it without that. Okay. Cool little animation for getting out of the escape pod, isn't it? Alright, let's head over here. Towards the green clusters, tall climbing vines. Been doing some gardening. I've got very tall climbing ivy on the wall in my garden. Goes all the way up. As we grab these clusters, there we go. Keep an eye on that boy that's down there that likes a nip. Our inventory's full, start swimming back. Now even hearing that sort of mooing large creature in the corner, it's over in this direction is a very large sea life.
30 seconds.
And I can remember that absolutely terrified me. And honestly, all of that fear is going to come back when I play Subnautica 2, because really it's the fear of the unknown, isn't it? So going into the water in the sequel, I'm not going to know what's a safe area and what's not, whereas Subnautica players generally, we're familiar with where is safe and where isn't. Somewhat. You know, the memory's bad and anything can happen and anything can change.
Lubricant is essential in construction of vehicles and power plants.
Alright, wait. I didn't want lubricant, I wanted silicone rubber, excuse me. Don't mix those two together. Ah, I can make fins now, but we're going to make a survival knife first.
Weapons were removed from standard survival blueprints following the massacre on Abraxas Prime. The knife remains the only exception.
Oh, what you seeing? What you seeing? Okay, we got a knife now. Being from London should be my weapon of choice. And let's make fins so we can get a little further along.
The fabricator draws from available data to provide environment-appropriate equipment using locally available materials. For your safety, this setting cannot be overridden.
Okay. So next, I think we want to try to work towards the looking for cave sulfur so that we can make the repair kit, the repair tool. Kind of the last thing we need here, and then start looking at maybe a habitat builder and getting going. So armed with our trusty survival knife, we head back underwater with the fishies and try not to be a dishy and look for sulfur in caves. So shall begin our search here with some quartz, limestone, it's nice to have a bit more oxygen. I found an egg. Are we going to have a pet? I think they hadn't added the egg. If that's how you get a creature friend, I'm pretty sure that was added after I played it.
30 seconds.
So that'll be exciting. Make a cute little companion. Just like with being in the water in real life, you don't realize how far you've gone. You ever swim in the sea and you sort of swimming for a bit and you look up and the tide's taken you all the way off to the left or the right of where you were. You're like, oh. You realize the power of the ocean and the water. And what a cruel mistress. Another creature egg. So we head into a cave. Okay.
Detecting sulfur deposits
Ah,
in local cave
that's what we want.
Sulfur is an essential component of the repair tool. 30 seconds.
Okay, we need oxygen, so let's go up for a breath and then come back down. Seems like we're not alone in that cave, so... Oh, getting a bit close to the Aurora there, I don't like that. Let's head back down here quickly. Okay. Inventory full. Okay, so we have to actually go back up and empty our pockets. Would you ever scuba? Have you ever scubaed? I could never scuba. I've been sort of in the sea at the beach and stuff, and even that takes a bit of convincing, but I could never actually deep sea it. My actual life, real life fear of it is too much. I'd be very, very scared. So let's put these into here. I wonder if it lets us use stuff that's in the box and in the fabricator here. No, okay, so it has to be in my pocket. Noted. So let's empty that out. And maybe turn the stuff that we have into things that we need to make it to save space. Titanium and silicone. Don't have stuff for that yet. Titanium, you need 10 for an ingot. Oh, so it uses the raw... Ah, the salvage. There we go, okay. Let's head back out. Try and do this cave before we night falls again. I don't think I could even be on top of the water far out. You know? Definitely not at night time. Just open water in general. A bit scary. Alright. Let's be hitting these rocks to collect what we need. And looking for sulfur. Now what are these little dudes in here?
Be advised, a common complication for cave divers is loss of orientation, followed by eventual asphyxiation.
Well, thanks for the comfort.
30 seconds.
A real vote of confidence there from our little onboard computer. Again, we're getting a little bit close to the Aurora. Not a fan. Let's find this sulfur and get out of here.
Silver-based wiring kits are an essential component of many habitat modules.
Finding a lot of mining stuff, but I'm not seeing sulfur. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe try a different cave. Where's your sulfur at? The ocean's kind of like a garden, isn't it? What's funny is we never really talk about the Earth in terms of being an ocean planet, but we are, aren't we? We kind of are an ocean planet. Whatever percentage it is that is actually water on this planet. Excuse you, you got a little bit close there, thank you very much. And, how, we're mostly water too.
Alien life forms may have unexpected applications. Utilizing alien resources is a proven survival strategy.
So I cut the creep vine, and that very much angered this boy, who's now coming to have a little nip at our toes. In a relaxing manner. He seeks only to massage the soles of your feet whilst you fall asleep, for cutting his favourite vine. In my defense, the computer told me to do it. And he got very annoyed with me, so I'm not sure what the purpose of that was. Emergency flotation device I can make now. We're gonna... Why are we being rocked violently by something here? We're going to make filtered water out of that fish. So those fish carry water in their bladder, which we can use in the fabricator to make a drinkable filtered water.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Can I make a chest? A waterproof locker, that's what we want. So if we head back out, let's see if that boy's gone. Imagine if he was just waiting under there for me. Never, never. So we've got a storage locker. Got a storage locker here. To just put some things in, because we're looking a little bit full. Okay. Store our creature eggs in there as well. And that can just float underneath us as we continue the search for cave sulfur. As night falls.
30 seconds.
And we look for another cave. Would like to find a cave more in this direction, I think. If you know, you know. Let's just head over here. He's quite a messy boy, that big fish over there. He's racking up all kinds of mess and dirt. Maybe every night time we'll just go to the surface and hang out together and chat about life and the world. Because the night time's a little bit worrisome. And I still can't see the sulfur. I think I actually have to equip the fins that I made. I don't seem to be able to boost. But let's get out of the water first at night time. I don't like that. That's night time's a bit scary, mate. Oh, so I'm wearing the fins. Just enhance swim speed by 15%. I thought I would be able to like shift run with them on, but I can't. Should probably save actually. I don't know if this auto saves. There we go. Right, well, night 2. I think we're gonna continue our search for the sulfur. Is what we need to get the repair kit so we can repair the radio. And then maybe start looking at building a base together, somewhere to live, you know? A place for me and you to hang our hat. That's what you call home, isn't it? Home is where the hat hangs. Or where the heart is. And we'll go from there as we branch out. An end goal of this is for us to start putting together vehicles so we can get around a lot easier. And as you make different things, you just craft more and more. Once we have a base, you've got a room that you're actually standing in rather than an escape pod. We can build bigger machines and start putting it all together to eventually build what we need to escape this planet. An actual rocket ship is our goal. But there'll be some surprises along the way and story to discover as we continue out further into the ocean. Is it still an ocean if the entire planet is ocean? Wouldn't it just be the planet? A singular world ocean? Is an ocean not a body of water? But if the entire planet is that, then what's the deal? I don't know. So I got this amazing thing recently for my cats. I'll tell you about this whilst we wait and look at the stars and wait for morning. Doesn't take too long for the sun to come up. I have 2 boys, my indoor cats. My bin boys, my rescues, they're brothers. I've had them for 12, 13 years. And they're house cats. They're the first house cats I've had. Previously, when I've had cats with my family, we've always let them do as they wish. We've had cat flaps. They spend most of their time out and in, coming and going as they please, depending on the cat. Now, it's my first cats that I fully owned myself. I made them house cats because protective dad, you know. and also thinking about the wildlife outside. So for these two, I've had house cats. I've lost too many, you know. I've had a lot of incidences with cats and cars and all the rest of it over the years to where it's happened enough times that I opted for house cats. Anyway, long story short, I've bought this metal grate gate. So I open my back doors and I have this gate on it that is like an open door, but obviously the cats can't get out. And it's the best thing I've ever done. They love it. I love it. I'm sitting there with them, having a coffee, reading a book. It's like the back doors are wide open, but it's grated. And my boys are sitting there and just looking outside, you know, let it in the wind on their faces, and they're loving it, and all the smells coming in. Imagine as a cat, which they do when I have the windows open anyway. They sort of smell it all, but it's so gratifying to see them sitting there and enjoying it. And sometimes I sit on the floor with them, do that whole thing of enjoying what your pet is enjoying, showing interest in their hobbies. I'm like, oh, we're enjoying the smells. Okay, let's sit down on the floor with them, and we just sit there and look into the garden and let the wind come in and enjoy it together. And they love watching the birds and stuff. They don't so much love the neighborhood cats.
Continued degradation of the Auroras.
Other cats in the neighborhood they are not a fan of.
Continuing to monitor.
At all. They absolutely freak out when there's another cat in the garden, and then they fight each other because they can't get to that cat.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Which is kind of sad. So I try and have to separate them. I'm like, boys, settle down. Oh, it ain't worth it. He's your brother. You're mad at that cat out there. You're not mad at him. We have a little sit down, little family meeting. I did try to get them used to the garden, just in case anyone's listening and thinking, oh my god, I can't believe you did house cats and feel sorry for my cats. I did try to take them out. Cosmo is very, very sensitive. He's a bit special. The black one, he doesn't like it. He just went into a corner and put his head against the wall and looked really sad. And I had to take him back inside anyway. And Obi's a little bit the other way, too adventurous, to where I would very much worry for him. And they really need each other. So that's how that came about. But absolutely not, you know, that's, I think, always sounds a bit like a sponsorship when you're promoting something, but that's the best thing I've bought. And I've bought a lot of stuff for my cats. The amount of cat trees and everything else I've had, that's the best thing ever. It's brilliant. Absolutely not sponsored though. Wish I could get a cat food sponsor. The cat food I get them is so expensive. I've never asked. Maybe I should email. Hey, can you give me free cat food? They'll be like, are you a cat influencer? Do you have... No, I literally never even post my cats. Oh, well, no. We're not going to give you free food. But it's really expensive. They're like, yeah, we know. Just hear the of them counting their money. Their notes. Well, that was terrifying. Something just followed me, and then as I went up, it breached the water right next to me. But I'm pretty proud of how I'm doing and not freaking out too much about this guy chasing me right now. But that's because I know that he's pretty friendly. In the grand scheme of things, there are much worse things waiting for us. In the deeper, darker depths. Ooh, the seaglide fragment. I need to be scanning these. I forgot about the scanner. That way we can actually make that. That's a really cool bit of kit. So we have to scan stuff to learn about it. I'll scan this boy. The stalker fish. Go on, scan him. I'm on his tail. Got him. He looks quite cute, really. His picture pops up in the databank there. He's a gummy, toothy boy. So that he probably sounds like that if he was talking to you. Hello, alright, mate? Well, I'm just trying to collect my metal and protect my scrap. That's all. I don't mean you no harm and I don't want to taste you. You keep picking up my bits and bobs that I've been working very hard to collect. Sorry about that, Mr. Stalker. I just need them to survive and get home. Well, as that may be the case, I can't have you taking the stuff that I've been collecting. Well, it seems we are at an impasse, Mr. Stalker, sir. Yes, it does, doesn't it? New character unlocked. God, you got to laugh at yourself in this life, guys. You know, laugh at your own jokes. Make yourself laugh. You know, pressure's off. What are you trying to wasting your time trying to make anyone else laugh or make yourself laugh? The answer to most of life's ills. Never go in for that. Oh, don't laugh at your own jokes. Absolutely laugh at your own jokes. You should be laughing harder than anyone else. Alright, back into this cave. Let's find this body sulphur, eh? Yeah, Sean Bean, come back underwater with me, Sean Bean. We got to find some sulphur here, lad. Special guest Sean Bean. Sean, not Sean Subnautica. Sean Subnautica. Doesn't quite work, Sean, let it go. Alright. It said sulphur is in the caves. Am I not in a cave? Like, what am I doing wrong? Genuinely.
Seek fluid intake.
This is the cave that triggered the whole sulphur is undetected, so it must be in here somewhere. Maybe have the scanner out instead. It's a little bit dark in areas. I just love how you move under the water. It's very relaxing. It's the kind of thing, and I know for some people maybe first person is difficult for some, and it certainly may be a movement that's difficult for some, and you could always pull the FOV back is the big thing that helps if you are someone with first person motion sickness. But I do absolutely love how the character swims and moves in this game. It works really well. And I do try to keep movement to a minimum for those who are watching as well as sleeping. So it's not all jarry and janky. Creature egg. That's a big egg. Now I can't keep going through the same cave. Definitely want to have a look and see if there is another one. Let's go this way instead, away from the Aurora, because I think I'm not going too far because I'm a bit scared of the shipwreck. So let's go this way instead. I think that's the same one, is it not? We'll go in this direction and then see where we pop out. Scan these guys. Shuttlebug. Of course, let me know if you're enjoying this. Let me know in a comment if you'd like me to continue. I'm thinking about checking out the sequel, which is why I've come back to this one, because it's made me think of it. So I'll probably be doing a video on that as well. So do subscribe to come back for Subnautica 2 when it drops. But that's only early access, so there's not a ton in that. Why do I always turn around and end up going back towards the ship? I don't like it. But let me know if you're enjoying this and if you want it to continue and to have a whole Subnautica playthrough. Because I wouldn't mind playing this again here and there to finish it, because it's one that I've always wanted to go back to and do another playthrough. It's such a great survival game. And for me, survival games were kind of what I started on when I was a streamer. For, 10 years. I live streamed survival games all the time. It was my bread and butter, that. That was my bread and butter. And so I have a special place in my heart for them. I need to find a fluid fish, because we need to drink. One of them bladder fish. Where are those hanging around? So I do like a survival game, though that's not the current fad, is it? We've gone from survival games to different genres now, but at the time there was a lot of them coming out, so it was loads. A bit how friend slot people feel now, I suppose. Alright, I got a bladder fish. Is there another one? Let's have a couple of drinks. Let's have a couple of drinks before we head home. There's one. Okay, let's go grab that. Let's go up and cook them. Sorry, little fishy. A floater. Oh, that's cute. Looks like a sort of something you'd hug in bed at night. But a sea urchin version. This is a Subnautica squish. I actually hug a squish when I sleep. I've got a pizza slice. It's the perfect... If you want to get a squish pillow to hug when you sleep, the pizza slice is the perfect shape. Because it obviously thins towards your lowers, and the top half of the slice spreads out in the same shape of your chest. So when you're hugging it, it's the perfect shape. Perfect body shape, isn't it? Get rid of waifu pillow and get pizza slice, let me tell you. That's what you want. Okay, couple of bottles of water, bottle of water, bottle of water. Let's have those.
Calorie intake recommended.
And then in here, wow, I drank 2 bottles and only did half of my thirst. That's ridiculous. And we'll turn the bit of kit into titanium. And glass from the quartz. Wow. So we empty our pockets. Inventory management, my absolute weakness for survival games, and always the case. Right. Sulfur search this direction. Find another cave. Look for sulfur. Do I have it in my data bank so I can actually read about it? Not yet. Let's go have a look. So we got some sort of... They look like cockroach fish. Those boys, don't they? Salt deposit. No shortage of salt in the ocean, that's for sure. We may have to go a little bit further here. There's a lot of those stalker fish here. He's called some friends.
Oi, here he comes, boys. That's the one that's been stealing all my stuff. Get over there and get him.
I didn't realise there were so many of them there.
Oxygen.
Definitely making the oxygen tank first is the best thing I did, because I'm remembering when I first played this, it was a nightmare going down, going up, going down, going up, always running out of oxygen. So that's something I've done absolutely perfect this time around. Wait, here, this is a good looking cave. There's loads of stuff here, loads of quartz. Maybe we'll find what we need in here. This looks promising. A little bit scared. Getting a little bit further away from home. Yes, I'm seeing things. I'm seeing things. I think this might be what we're looking for? Okay, he's a little homing.
Congratulations, survivor. You have exceeded your weekly
And then we get
exercise
cave sulfur from
by
inside. Let's get oxygen.
500%. Data indicates that swimming was your favorite activity. Be sure to vary your routine for uniform muscle
It's like a little
development.
Apple Watch. Swimming was your favorite activity this week. So these little sulfur pockets open up. A little dude comes out. A little one-eyed red boy. That kind of looks like the monster in Big Trouble in Little China. We have to avoid him, and then we can swim back to the sulfur plant that he hatched from. And pick up the cave sulfur. Lovely. Big Trouble in Little China, all-time comfort movie, for sure. Love that so much. Grew up watching it. Wearing out the VHS.
It's how old? How old are you? VHS tapes, you absolute ent.
Oh, he got me. I am an ent. And proud. We are embracing our ent-ship
Oxygen.
in this time of our life. Respect your elders. Oh, a bit close to that. Let's see what this is. Giant coral tubes. Oh, okay, so this is what's sticking out of the water over here. Good to know. And it's getting to night time, so let's grab a couple of fish. And head back. And we'll have ourselves a little barbecue. And we'll talk about stuff while we munch on some fish and have a sip of refreshing water. Here we go, on our way back. I'll feel much better once we make that bit of equipment that allows us. It's almost like a sort of one of those things you hold it and it's like powered underwater, like an underwater sort of jet ski for your hands. Not quite sure how to describe it, but you'll see when I make it. Into the fabricator, we can now make the repair tool. We did it. A round of applause. No need to move if you're sleeping. Just give a little, round of applause with your mind. And now we have a repair tool. Let's make some more water. As a priority. And we'll cook up the hoop fish. Speaking of fish, I was walking the other day. Actually, let me do this before I talk about this. So we just made the repair tool, right? So where is that? Is that in my pocket? It is. Let's put it onto our bar. So with my repair tool here... Oh, wait, where did you go? Put it onto my bar. We can fix stuff up that's in here. I think this is it. What is this?
Lifepod secondary systems online. Running full environment diagnostic and outputting results to databank.
Nice. Okay. We've got solar power cells, secondary systems online. Stuff's running. We've got some nice ambience in here. We've got rid of the zzz, zzz, zzz and the fires. Beautiful.
Seek fluid intake.
A little bit of spaceship ASMR going on.
Vital signs stabilizing.
And we can fix the radio. We have one new message.
This is Aurora. Distress signal received. Rescue operation will be dispatched to your location in 9 hours. Continue to monitor for emergency transmissions from other life pods.
It sounds like a long time. Well, let's see, what's our next thing to move towards here? We've got wiring kits that we can make. And I think, if we want to make the seaglide, we need to go find the other part of that seaglide to scan it, so that we learn how to build it. Now for a habitat builder, we need a battery, a computer chip, and a wiring kit. So let's make the wiring kit. Let's see what we need in the computer chip. Coral sample, copper wire. Okay, so I can actually get that coral sample now I've made the knife, I think. Let's make the copper. And that's our next thing. A flashlight too. Maybe we do that now. We can make... Oh no, for a battery I need mushrooms. I've got those in our box here, haven't I? Take a couple of mushrooms out. Make a battery. Now we have a flashlight. We're flying, guys. We're making such good time. Now, so our next thing we're looking for, we can actually make a high capacity O2 tank here, I think. Titanium. Need 2 more titanium. And silver ore I thought I had. Didn't we find some? Could have sworn we did. Perhaps not yet. Okay. So these are things we'll look out for as we wait for the sunrise, which is almost here, so only a short little hangout on this 3rd evening. I was walking, as it's spring now, and I've been posting the babies that are hatching. Baby goslings, baby coots are the first ones that we have at the pond and river. So I've been going to see them. The goslings were so cute, just had the first ones. Still waiting on the swans, they're still nesting, so the cygnets, the baby swans, will be there soon. Hoping for some ducklings, but really nice to see some goslings this year because there was very few last year. The year before that, if you look on my stories on Instagram, the highlights, there were so many goslings, big groups of them, whole herds of babies. And then I was a bit disappointed that last year there wasn't too many. So nice to see some goslings hatching for some more geese. But there was some fishing line hanging in my secret spot when I go into the woods by the river, just off of the path a little bit.
Warning. Local radiation readings suggest the Aurora's drive core has reached critical state.
Oh, 2 hours.
Quantum detonation will occur within 2 hours.
Am I supposed to go there before that? I can't remember. I think I'll just let it happen. And so there was fishing line hanging. Someone had been fishing there and had got a line caught up, and it was hanging down into the river, but it was too far out for me to get, so I had to call the council and send them pictures and a map to how to get there so they could go and remove it. So I wanted to try and get them to go and do it. So, you know, it's a danger to the wildlife there, isn't it? So, speaking of fishing, that came to my mind. I thought that's my little good deed for the day. Last thing we want is any swans and such getting caught up in that. Or any animals, to be quite honest with you. Okay, beacon fragment 1 of 2. So we're looking for another beacon fragment and another vehicle and another grav trap.
30 seconds.
So we continue to scan everything. This is how you learn to make stuff.
Acquired.
Surely they know what they're doing with the discovering a blueprint sound being that loud. Goodness me. Scared the life out of me. Okay, now we know how to make a grav trap.
Acquired.
I would love to find the other part of the sea glider. I don't think it's here though. They're sort of all scattered around in different areas, aren't they? This is nice music. Someone playing a little cymbal.
30 seconds.
Little bells. accuse you. Mind your business. Okay, looking for silver. More things to scan. I think we're going to have to start to go a little bit further afield. Oh yeah, this stuff. The coral. I think we just hit it. There we go. I'm so good at being a person underwater. Now we have coral. Coral. So let's have a little look around for silver now and pick up other bits of salvage. So we can start making a house together. Building a home, you and I. From little acorns. Probably going to find stuff in here. Inventory full. Well, that's no bueno. I think if I was writing my autobiography at this moment in time, it would be called Inventory Full. Although that sort of sounds like the biography of some Bezos type that has everything, doesn't it? Inventory Full by Jeff Bezos. Rich man laugh. Ran out of you know when you're so rich that you run out of things to do on this planet and you start trying to go to space, that you've peaked in terms of richness. It might be time to give some of it away. I don't know how they don't. You know, could you imagine just having that much and not every day waking up and going, who can I give, you know, life-changing money to? How many animals can I save today? How many people could I get off of the street? What sort of change could I enact? You know? What do they do with it? Make more of it. So disappointing. I feel like that's what I would say if I ever met one of those people, you know? I would never be outside of the house, God forbid, or in a situation where I would. But if I ever had a word with Elon Musk, I think that would obviously be what would dig them the most, is always just go, really disappointed in you, you know? You've let a lot of us down, we're just really disappointed in you. No vitriol, no anger, just pure, I'm your dad and I'm disappointed in you. I think that would probably not bother them because they're sociopaths, but that would be my play at least. I mean, to be fair, I may have ended up in a situation where I met him because through who I went to university with, I had an invite to go out to Canada. They started the record label. They were friends with Grimes, the people that I went to university with, and sort of were her first label and working with her and friends with her and living out in the kind of warehouse where they were making all this weird music. I was still in touch with them, working with them. But when I was at uni with him, he was like, we're going to do this thing. Come to Canada with us. We're going to start like a... I can't remember what they called it. But it was essentially getting all these artists together living in a warehouse that was going to be like a studio as well, and they made all this amazing music together. Some of that was Grimes. And of course, she was with Elon. So in another life, there's a version of me that's out there that's somehow bumped into Elon at one of these things and gone, bloody disappointing, mate. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oi, Musk, what are you doing? Disappointing me, that's what you're doing, you mug. Sorry, what are you saying? I said you're bloody disappointing me. And then I'd probably disappear under suspicious circumstances a few days later, so I'll take the life that I've got. Thanks. Don't mind if I do. Oh, we've got a new radio message. It's not Musk, is it? Hacking into the game.
Receiving pre-recorded distress call, laying back.
This is LifePod 3, uploading our coordinates. We're plugging some holes in our emergency seaglide, so if we're late for the rendezvous, don't panic. Also, don't go home without us. Seriously. 3 out.
Seaglide.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
So that, I think, is telling us where the next seaglide blueprint is. Now, you said you've uploaded it to my PDA, but actually, what did it mean? Where do I find that? Advanced theories. Alien eggs. We can incubate those once we're inside, I think. Where did you keep that? Life pod 3. Uploading our coordinates. Holes in the seaglide. Don't leave without us. Beacon manager. Signal. Life pod 3 in the shallows. Crew reported seaglide damaged. So wait, if I click that, is it on the screen? We've got it there to go to, look. It's over there. So we can go get the seaglide fragment. Perfect. Right, grav trap. Uses artificial gravity, attracts light objects and small creatures. Ah, maybe that's for fishing. That's how we fish underwater. Flare. Distracting predators. Oh, make one of those. Let's throw those out behind us like we're in a fighter jet. I am Maverick, getting rid of missiles behind me. So now we just need silver ore, and then I'll be able to make a better oxygen tank. That'll be handy. Okay, how much room do we have in the inventory? I've probably got too many mushrooms here. Let's equip a flare. And I guess just make another chest, maybe? Oh, I can't even pick that flare up. I'm gonna need to toss some stuff out. Let's throw the coral if we can, because that's quite easily replaceable here. Keep the titanium and the salt and stuff. Lubricant, I'll keep it in my pocket for now. Throw those mushrooms. Grab this flare, make another locker. There we go. Go down here. And use this. Don't know if I need that fire extinguisher now. I don't know what I'm carrying that around for. And fill that up with titanium and copper and the salt and the glass. Now we've got a bunch of space. Alright, let's go see. I need some water first. We need to prepare for our adventure, as we'll go and find the rest of the sea glider. So let's find some bladderfish. So that was my degrees in music. Music industry. Music, audio technology and business is what my degree is in. And then I got into the industry and went, this sucks. I'm leaving. So it's always my story in terms of telling you it's never too late to switch, because for literally to that point, 80% of my life had been geared up about going into music.
30 seconds.
When I was very young, I wanted to act. I mean, I'm like 6 years old and putting on shows for my grandma, and I'm like, I want to be an actor, you know? When it actually came time to think about what I wanted to do, I wanted to write music and, you know, be in a band and that kind of thing. Still in that phase of having your dreams before they've been stomped on by the world. And then, so I went and did a degree in that, thinking maybe I'll go, you know, behind the people that are doing those things and go into the business side of it, or in the studio or whatever. Did my degree. Came out. Worked in music, took music business, starters, took intern, and then just, you know, switched. Just didn't really like it. Didn't really like it. Had epiphanies in life about how it's too short to spend time doing stuff that you don't want to do. And so it was after I had actually left where I was working and was starting my own music company. And then I was just like, I don't want to do this actually. And gave it all up, switched completely after, you know, God knows how many years and a degree in it. And I can be happy with where I've kind of ended up and what I've ended up doing instead, I should say. And I'm still in the progress of, you know, every day is you never arrive, you know? We're always in the process of it. And I'm happy with the path that I'm on. But that never would have happened if I was thinking, oh, but I've spent 10 years working towards this and it's never too late. You're here once, just do the thing. Do the thing you want to do. And even if you've been doing some other thing for 20 years and you're able to give yourself a chance at that other thing, just do it. Do not stick, twist at every opportunity when it's right for you, you know? And you know when it's right. This isn't you having some thought of, oh, maybe I'll go and do this thing. When it's real and you know that it's the only thing stopping you is that fear of change and stopping doing the thing that you've done for so much of your life, that's when it's time to do it. So you know, this isn't for the people that are like just having a wishy-washy idea. It's not for the ADHDers that are like, maybe I should give everything up and get myself into difficulties to go and do this. But for the people that are really thinking, oh,
emergency. A quantum oxygen has occurred in the Aurora's drive core. The reactor will reach a supercritical state in T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
okay. The ship just blew up. Fun. And now we've got to make a radiation suit. Because that cracked out a right, old lord of radiation. I mean, I was in the middle of giving a pep talk and some pretty good stuff there, game. You didn't have to interrupt me with a almost nuclear blast of a spaceship, but okay. Radiation suit. Fiber mesh and lead. I have neither of these things. Ah, fiber mesh is with a creep vine sample. Okay. Well, nighttime has cometh, so we shall make water and food, and we shall head to that beacon in the morning to get ourselves what we need.
Small organisms while disposing of the skeletal structure, bodily fluids, and internal organs, thus rendering them safe for human consumption.
Thanks, computer. I don't need all that extra information. It sounds disgusting. Just let me eat the thing, you know? Let's try one of these flares. Can we see it? No. Oh, can kind of see it underneath, actually. It's more spooky than comforting. I thought it would be like setting a little tea light on the ocean at night, but it's not. It's just a glowing purple-blue hue going womp 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 like an alarm underneath the water, and it's disturbing me. So now this is blown up. We are going to be going over there at some point and heading inside to this shipwreck that is blown up to look for things. But the reason I've been avoiding it is because there is a beastie that hangs around that ship. And it's never not going to be particularly terrifying. So anyway, do the thing, follow your dreams, you know. As always on this channel, it's the #1 message. And it's really important to find your own voice in the world and do the thing that you really want to do. Stop trying to be like other people. Stop looking at other people and thinking you want to be them and then trying to replicate what they're doing, you know. Find your own thing. And stop picking things because they're successful. Pick things because you want to do them. Because you don't have to pick what is a mainstream success to have a bite of that apple, you know? When I started the podcast and reading books, that wasn't, oh, that's a thing people do and I can do it and make money doing it. It was something people had asked me to do for like 7 years. Where I thought this would be useful to some people want this, and I enjoy reading, so let me read these books. The whole sleep thing has kind of grown and taken over in the last 5+ years since I started doing that. But at the time, that wasn't the consideration, you know. So I do think it's important to do that, to find something that's the future and not just be tagging on the end of something that other people have already been doing for years and is already done, you know. It's very important to find your own voice and what matters to you. Because you may have to do it every day for 3 years before it's successful, or 5 years, or 10 years, you know. Whether it's art, writing, you want to go work in a zoo, you want to study biology, you want to be a marine biologist, considering the game that we're in. You want to become a vet, you want to work in a cattery, you want to open your own cat cafe someday. Just find the thing and do the work. Because the success is there for everything. It doesn't have to be mainstream to make a living out of it. There's people making a living selling stickers on Etsy. You know what I mean? It's like, who would have thought that was something you could do? If you told your parents that, they would have laughed at you. If they were mean. So, don't worry about that stuff. Let that stuff come on the back of you doing what's in your heart. As the sun rises, let it rise on you, baby. Let's head towards the beacon and find the next part of the glider, because that, I'm definitely not going to the back of that ship without a glider. I'll tell you that for free. You tell me what? I wasn't talking to you. Alright, just stay away from my scrap metal. Sure. Can't remember what's over here, so hold tight. Strap you in. Seatbelts on. We literally get like a submarine at one point, so that'll be fun to make, you know. It's very nicely paced, this early part of the game. A lot of survival games, you find yourself kind of dawdling for a long time, but maybe it's just because I've played it before. Oh, I think you can get oxygen from this.
Oxygen.
Yeah. Brain coral. Disgusting name. Awful looking plant, but very useful. So let's wait here and let it spit bubbles in our face until we get full oxygen. I'm forever blowing bubbles. Of course, the anthem of West Ham, who we play this weekend. Yes, I'm an Arsenal fan. There, I've said it. Confirmed. Dun, dun, dun. If you support a team, who do you support? And it doesn't matter what sport it is, I would love to know what team you support. Basketball, football, American football, maybe you support a volleyball team. I want to hear about it. Drop them in a comment. Say, I like the da-da-da in this sport. I've been a lifelong Arsenal fan. Much to the chagrin of my family, who are all Chelsea fans if they do support. But I gonna do my own thing. I was a little Miles Morales of the family. Said, nah, I'm gonna do my own thing and supported Arsenal.
Oxygen.
Which was mostly, I think, thanks to one football player by the name of Ian Wright. Right. Who I liked. And he was at Arsenal, so I was like, alright, I support Arsenal now, I
Life
guess.
on this planet grows in unusually distinct and diverse ecological biomes. Further study recommended.
A London club. And also, the badge is a cannon. So, as, you know, a child, I'm like, that's cool, it's a cannon. There's called the Gunners. So they're called the Gunners, is the nickname for the club. And for all of my life, the fandom have been called the Gooners. That is actually what Arsenal fans are called. That is the name of the fandom. And of course, that's taken on a different meaning, hasn't it, recently in life? So that's great. That literally my club's fandom is called the Gooners. And if you are one, you're a Gooner. So that's great. But, you know, times and language changes, I guess, don't it? But we might, fingers crossed, be winning our first league in 20 years. I've been waiting, so I'm very... It's at the forefront of my mind, is why it's coming up in this. For 20 years, we've won next to nothing, a couple of FA Cups. So for the first time in 20 years, we might win the league. And we're in the Champions League final for only the second time. The European Cup, which is also huge, would be the first time in our history. Right, here we go. Seaglide fragment. We found an old escape pod here.
New blueprint acquired.
Can we go inside? Anyone in here? See if they're alive. I can't get inside. Doesn't look... Oh, wait. It's all open. Oh. That doesn't look good. That looks like something has ripped its way in.
Integrating new PDA data.
It's not good.
New blueprint acquired.
We need oxygen. But it looks like they didn't make it. Let's head home. That's terrifying. I mean, I watched the first Champions League final we made 20 years ago. 2006, Barcelona. And it was crushing to lose that. Our goalkeeper was sent off in like the 18th minute. We had to play the rest of the game with 10 men. Fought hard, but lost. And we never made the final again for 20 years. So it's not only 20 years since we were in that, but it's 20 years since we could potentially win the league. There's 4 games left of the season. And we're just a few points ahead, so it would be something. And the Champions League European Cup, I mean, if you weren't already asleep and you don't like football, this will put you to sleep, this conversation. You're welcome. It's all of the best clubs in Europe playing in a league and then a knockout competition. So it's like the World Cup for Europe but clubs rather than countries, if you think of it that way. That's kind of how it works. And then of course we have the World Cup itself in June, starting in the summer. Don't know how it's in the US of A, but it is. So I'm excited for that as well. I used to watch Match of the Day as the kind of the highlight show for the football here in this country, and I used to watch it every Saturday and Sunday with my dad, growing up and living at home. So I do like the football, and it's nice to have that kind of association with it. Well, we are swimming back to see what we need now that we've collected that blueprint. And to see what else we've discovered on this little jaunt. This little tripperoo. Honey, I'm home. Compass. Okay. Compass discovered. Sea glider. I only need a battery. I can make this right now. We just need mushrooms. I have mushrooms. Battery. Made. Nice. Water. Refreshing. Again. Seaglide.
The seaglide will increase your effective exploration range. For your safety, please pack supplies for long journeys and stay within 5 kilometers of the nearest life pod or habitat.
Very nice. I actually don't know what happens in this game if you just pick a direction and keep going and try to go as far as you can. You know, like how some games have invisible walls, other games have giant creatures get you. I did not mean to make those flares. That was a mistake. I wonder what this game does. This feels like the kind of game that might do a whole big fish thing, and I don't want to find out. That sounds terrifying. So, we just made... Let me drink this water. The seaglide. Can we put this metal salvage away or turn it into titanium? It's taking up a lot of space. And so now we can go a little bit further than anyone ever dreamed and dared to go before. So what's our next thing that we want? Silver, right? Because we want to make the habitat builder to start actually building a base, as well as finding parts for the mobile vehicle bay so we can start making bigger vehicles. Other than that, we're just looking for silver to make a computer chip. And maybe the Pathfinder tool, but that is easy to make when we need it. Oh, lead for the radiation suit. Silver is for the high capacity tank. Wait, I can actually make the habitat builder now. I was thinking of something different. Wiring kit, battery. Battery we can make. Wiring kit, 2 silver ore. Okay, that's what we need. Wait, I did make one, didn't I? Why do I feel like we made one of those? Maybe I put it in the flashlight, though. Let me check my boxes. What do we have? Not in there. Nope. Okay. Excuse you. Did something just bite me? What even just happened? Have we got a message?
Plan re-recorded distress call.
This is Ozzy from the cafeteria. What the hell, guys? They didn't warn us this might happen. Our pod was almost crushed by this Seamoth Bay on the way down. Now we're hanging on the edge of a cave system, and this grim-looking snake thing's trying to eat through the hull. Come get us already.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
That's definitely a European, potentially a Brit, doing an American accent and sounding like Chief Wiggum. What the hell, guys? Hey, guys, what the hell? There's a creature down here trying to eat through the hull now. What you doing? Stranded near a cave system and under attack. Good luck with that. What am I supposed to do? Come to your rescue? Okay. Sheep glider. So now we have this. Check it out. Gliding. The glider of the sea. You get a little heads up display, a little map which you can turn off and on. And you get to zoom around at a much faster rate than before. How cool is this? Got a light on it. It's got everything you need. Every kid's gonna want one come this Christmas. Trust me, buddy. Invest now. Alright, I will actually go and try and help them. But first, let's get some inventory space. Make a couple of these. Store things in. There we go. Bum bum. Put these here like there, dum, put them out there. Like this. Once we've got a house, it'll be fine. We'll come back and get it all. And start putting some stuff in here. use flares, do we? I'll take a few with me. Put the fire extinguisher away as well. And I'm wondering if maybe... Do we need to make another battery for the seaglider? I don't think so. We'll just go over this way. Let's go find out what's occurred over here. So these are sort of good ways to advance the stories. You get these radio messages. They kind of take you to your next point of interest. Where you can find... Oh wait, I do want another oxygen. That might be a good idea. Before we go. What did I need for that? It was silver again, I think. Let's have a little mooch around here to see if we can find silver.
Short-range scans suggest this biome supports extensive biodiversity and connects to a number of small cave networks.
Because it would be handy to have... Oh, got some lead. Okay, cool. We'll probably need the radiation suit before we go into the ship too. But being able to be under the water for longer might be required here. So we'll look for silver. And just check that I'm not going towards the ship. Don't like that. Let's go back. Oh, it's nighttime. Let's definitely go back. Turn your light on, baby. The lights are on. But you're not home. Your mind is not your own. Your habits. No, I went half into goblin voice there. It is what. No, I'm going the wrong way. That's not my home. That's not my home. I was going to the wrong waypoint because I was singing. And then things happened and moved, and we're just gonna turn around and go back here because it's nighttime. That's fine. We're okay. We shall get out of this area before surfacing. As we head back to base. I started mindlessly following the cave system distress beacon that literally says we're trapped in here and under attack. That's not anywhere I want to be right now, and that really made me skip a beat. Okay. Not at night time. No thank you. It's time for our nightly sunrise watch. A little bit of a thrill. Got a little bit of thrill out of that, I did. It's been a while since I played a horror. I think if I played a full legit horror game, I would actually die. It's been so long. They're not the kind of thing... I don't play those for pleasure. I only ever played them... I like a horror film. I love a horror story, but I get very scared watching them. Horror games, I do not play unless it's for your entertainment of me being terrified. It's the only reason I've ever played them. I don't enjoy them just for myself. So, there's that, you know. Okay, we're looking for high capacity tank, so we need O2. Silver. Okay. So once we have that, we'll be able to go over and do that. And everything will be fine. Let's hit save. Let's wait for the sun to come up before we head out. I just started reading The Hobbit after doing the Lord of the Rings. I just did my full rewatch of all 3 Lord of the Rings movies. And my rankings have completely changed. I used to always think I liked Fellowship best. That's always been what I've said. And this time around, I absolutely loved The Return of the King. Rewatching it after reading the books, The Return of the King is my absolute favourite. Loved it. The other 2 felt slightly like they had dated and a little bit slow. But The Return of the King, even though it's the longest of the 3, it's like 3 hours 20 if you watch the standard. And it was just breathless, start to finish, beginning to end, perfectly paced. And it was my favourite of the 3 books too, because I read them for the podcast. But it's only on Patreon, so if you join the Patreon you can hear me read The Lord of the Rings to you in full as a bedtime story, doing all the voices. And I'm starting The Hobbit next week on Patreon. So I did the first chapter. That was very fun to read and return to that world, and I do like The Hobbit. Because when I first started reading books, that was the first ever book that I read. Before Down to Sleep was Down to Sleep, back when it was actually stories on Sunday, and I read it as a live stream on my Twitch stream, back when I was a streamer. The Hobbit was the first book I did as a live stream. So it's a little bit of a full circle moment in terms of reading stories. So I'm looking forward to continuing that. It's going to be every Tuesday. Patreon.com/downtosleep. About to hit our 600th episode. You get access to them all if you join for a few dollars.
This is Avery Quinn of Trading Ship Sunbeam. Aurora, do you read? Over? Nothing but vacuum. These Altera ships. They run low on engine grease, send an SOS, you offer to help, they don't pick up. Aurora, I'm out on the far side of the system. It's gonna take more than a week to reach your position. Do you still need our assistance? Over. I'll try them again tomorrow. Damn charter's gonna have us blowing our credits running errands for Altera. See what the long-range scans pick up in the meantime.
So that is the rescue mission, which is deciding whether it wants to come and get us or not. How lovely of them. Just in time for sunrise. Is this planet supposed to go invisible? I can see the clouds through it. That feels almost like a graphical glitch, but I don't know. Weird. Alright. Sun's out, guns out. Let's go and check out for some silver. I think we're going to find it in those caves and such as we explore. Perhaps in a rock or something. And also making another battery for this machine might be a good idea. But we'll go in this kind of general direction of this, since it says it's a cave system, so perhaps it's a silver system. Maybe it's kind of directing us towards the silver. These areas that are sort of heavy in vine and are a little bit darker are very creepy. Let's just not think about it too much and trust in our seaglide machine to power us through here. It's the one thing where I would have zero confidence in me not entering freeze. You know, like freeze or flight. I would freeze absolutely anything with water. I've got no chance. No chance, mate. Looking for silver.
Scans show a nearby cave entrance. Depth 90
Oh,
meters.
there you go.
Leading to an unknown environmental bioseconds.
That's the one. But that's what I'm remembering is we do need the better oxygen tank. If we're going to be going down there. But there is the life pod. It says they're under attack, but I don't see anyone here, so this has already happened. And they are long gone.
Integrating new PDA
Hey, game,
data.
relax. That was way too loud, game. PDA, public display of affection. Oh, sea moth fragment. Don't mind if I do. Scan that right up. So now I can make that, and we can drive around in our own little submarine, because it's a big submarine you get too, but I like that little one. I'll take that all day. Oh, look, there's a big boy in the distance. Big sea cow. Oh, I don't like it when we're out in the big open bit like this.
Oxygen.
Oh, wait, now it's pointing me towards... Oh no, that's my life thing. Okay, I got a little bit disoriented there. Thought that was a new waypoint, but it's home. let's have a quick peek in here. I don't think we have the oxygen to do it too much, but let's have a look to see if we can find some silver.
Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
Oh, well, that's not good. We need more oxygen to be able to go lower. And we're at 57% power.
30 seconds.
And there's eels. Okay, we'll have to get the oxygen before we come in, but we need silver to do that. So let's make that our priority as we head back. Let's get oxygen. So as you can see, the further we've come out here, quite clever game design really. It's a bigger gap between the surface and the ocean floor. I mean, not the literal floor, but kind of where we're exploring, which is forcing us to realize that every time we go up, it's taking longer and longer, so we need to advance our oxygen and use vehicles before exploring those deeper areas. And we're going to be going a lot deeper. So that is our next port of call, is to find this silver. I mean, I think it's just breaking rocks because I'm finding gold in there. So I would... I'm now assuming there'll be silver in those. Sorry, I was a little bit mesmerized by the giant whale. Yeah. Okay, that boy is not happy with me. I was trying to scan, see if there was anything to scan here, but I think I'm just going to head up. I don't want to head up near you. You're very big, but you're friendly, right? Not sure where I am right now. Oxygen, 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 oxygen. Okay, that was close. We almost passed out. I know it's fall asleep, but not quite in that manner, my friend. Let's continue.
Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
That was so good. The screen started going black to let you know that we were about to pass out, and we just made it out of there. Just in time. Getting a breath.
30 seconds.
A nice deep breath. Titanium on a chandelier. Alright, we made it home. We got what we needed. Oh, this fabricates a medikit every so often. I didn't realize that. I thought it was like a shelf, but it actually starts regenerating the next medical kit. That's great. So, silver is still the thing that we've got to get out there and find. Let's turn this salvage into titanium because they're taking up 4 spots each. There we go. And I think we'll turn that into an ingot. 10 of the titaniums to free up even more space. And then we've got a nice empty inventory. Let's go looking for silver with. And we'll just swim. We won't use the thing until... Let me equip my knife here. We'll save it as a little backup emergency bug out vehicle for now, as the battery's quite low until we make another battery. Okay. Let's take a look at what's on the wall here. The search
for silver.
The soundtrack's great. What's your favorite game soundtrack? This isn't something that I would ever listen to on its own. It's not great soundtracking in that way, but it's great in that it's literally perfect for this game. They could have gone with the full kind of sleepy vibe, the meditative vibe that it started with. But there's a little bit of a bop to it. There's a little bit of a coolness. I mean, you crash landed here on a spaceship and now you're surviving underwater, and the music's got that little bit of, hey, isn't this exciting also? Sci-fi excitements. What's this? This looks like something. Oh, it's salt. Okay. Oh. Salt. Pass the salt. I want silver. I do. It's the one thing I do find frustrating is when you don't know if you're looking in the right place in a game. Can sometimes get to me a little bit. When I think, well, why am I not finding it?
30 seconds.
Why do I not know where it is? Let's get some oxygen and then we'll go through this cave, hitting the rocks, and see if it's in there. This big old tube. I have the scanner out always to scan stuff, I think. It's going to be important here. Let's get a little bit of quartz. We are going to want to make a battery too. See, it's just titanium in this limestone, but then there's copper in that one. We found gold. Maybe one of these will be silver. That's my current thinking. Titanium. Copper. Yeah, copper, you'll never get me. Titanium. Titanium. Copper. Titanium. So perhaps I'm thinking silver would potentially be in a different place altogether. Probably got to go a little bit further to get it. Might just look it up honestly, as it's slowing us down a little bit here. But we need to go back since our inventory's full and we need water. So let's free a space, drop a little bit of salt. I don't know if we need quite that much, and quartz, and see if we can grab some bladderfish on the way home. This is the flare that I threw earlier and it's still going.
Calorie intake recommended.
Oh, there's one. Do they last forever? I mean, I could light this whole area up, couldn't I? Wouldn't mind another bladderfish for another drink of water here.
Seek fluid intake immediately.
Can I find you? Can I find you? Can I find you? No, let's do these ones. Because we've got a new message to you.
Aurora, this is Sunbeam again. We just picked up a massive debris field at your location. I didn't know how many of you... I didn't know. We're now en route to your location. We're gonna bring you home. Sunbeam out.
Ah, he was embarrassed for how he conducted himself.
The only time I parked a rig this big on a rock that small was in VR. And I blew it. It's a bad option, alright, but so are all the others.
Vital signs stabilizing.
So they're gonna come and try and get us after all. Alright, we had a drink and some food. And rescue is on the way. So we need... What does a battery take? Ah, those mushrooms. Which we have some of, so we could make those now to kind of empty some of our boxes a little bit. And then we'll look for silver. Grown tube fish. Okay, let's get those. Make a couple of batteries. Just that's your homework assignment for this week, is to randomly make the grown tube noise when people are least expecting it. You can do it in public if you're brave enough, or you can do it with friends and family. Just at some point, you're out for dinner, just go and just see what the reaction is. Act like you didn't do anything, is my advice. Just do it and then carry on with whatever you were doing and see what happens. God, I wish that was a TikTok trend. I would love to see people actually doing that. Just be doing the grown tube noise and then acting like nothing happened to see how my boyfriend reacts. Like, that needs to be the thing. See how my mum reacts, see how my dad reacts, and it's people sat at dinner and they're just going, wow. There you go. That's a 5 million view idea right there for people who are brave enough to appear on camera. Night is falling. Let's find some bladderfish to stock ourselves back up with water in this time of the night. And also throw some of these flares around, because it seems like they last for a decent amount of time. Will just help light the area up. Although I think they are meant for shooing away creatures. Gonna be honest with you, the light dynamic that I've just thrown a load of flares out is actually making it harder to see than it was before. So that was a terrible idea. Oh, my flashlight. Ah, that's what we want. Look at that. I can see so much better. Let's find those fish to suck on to get water out of them. It's always when you're looking for the thing that you can't find it, isn't it? Goodness. Oh, I feel a bit safer here, actually. Oh, wait, here's a different color of rock. Maybe it's the color of the rock. Sandstone, and we just found silver. So it's sandstone that we need.
Seek fluid intake.
Okay. Let's check this area a little bit more, because we just found our first silver. So we're looking for darker stone. And it's actually sandstone. There you go, and that gave us lead as well. So that's how we get different types of stuff. Got it. Guys, we just discovered something without looking it up. Look at us. Phenomenal achievement in this world today. I actually want to learn more about British wildlife, and especially because I've been into ducks and swans and stuff for so long now. And
30 seconds.
my first thought was, I want to go to the library and get a book out. I want to sit and read a book about it. I don't want to like read Wikipedia pages. I don't want to ask GPT. I don't want to sit here and read a computer telling me about wildlife. I want to go to the library and get an old school book. I don't mean books are old school, I mean like an old school, you know, encyclopedia looking, the big book of British wildlife or something, and sit and read it. And learn the way that you would when you were a kid and you were fascinated about something and you wanted to just like take that information in and kind of like sit cross-legged somewhere with a big book in your lap and reading about the dinosaurs or something. And I'm about to go down that rabbit hole with British wildlife, I think. So I've got to go to the library and get it. more than ordering, because I thought about I could just buy the book, but I actually thought, you know what, this feels like exactly the kind of thing that a library exists for. When I go in there and be like, hello, do you have a book on British wildlife? Thank you. It's over here in the educational section, is it? Non-fiction, you say? Right. Let me head over there. Hello, dear. Sorry, could you help me find a book on British wildlife? And that has stuff of ducks, does it, and swans? Yes, you've got them out there, haven't you, in the pond? I've been looking. I won't do that voice, that's weird. It's becoming like a villain now, isn't it? That quickly went from somewhat charming man in the library asks for book to unsettling. So I'll probably just go, hello, sorry, looking for a book on British wildlife? Thanks. Sorry. I'm so sorry to bother you. Where's your books on British wildlife? Okay. Do you ever just go really high pitched to be like entirely non-threatening as you go about your life? Because that's the story of mine. If I spoke in my normal voice tone, just people wouldn't even hear me, because me talking this low is like most people's frequencies. It's just not picking it up. People go, huh? What? They think I'm mumbling. I'm like, no, that's where I'm talking. So I very naturally learned to come up here and talk in a higher range, to project a little bit, because I'm so soft-spoken. And then just out anything in public is, hi. Sorry, hi, could I get that? Probably shouldn't give away my public voice, should I? There we go. Did I get a bladderfish? I didn't. We need water. Stat, as they say in the movies. Let's jump in. Oh, bladderfish, where are you? We need to suck you dry. Come over here with your inside liquids, 'cause I'm thirsty. There's one. Gotcha. Let's get you back in here. My thirst level is blinking. And we're going to turn you into juice. I'm going to drink your juice.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Gosh, it's so not filling in terms of the water. It takes forever. Okay, flashlight in my pocket, knife in my pocket, seaglide. We have too much stuff. Got 2 batteries. What can I turn some of these materials into so I'm not glass? There we go. Quartz is pretty easy to find, so we'll turn that into glass. Wiring kit. Oh yes, I found the silver, didn't I? I'm so silly. Okay. So, make the O2 tank. Then we're going to make the bigger O2 tank, and then we can go even deeper. There we go. And that unlocked... Oh no, it just moved something. Oh no, it did. Rebreather. Conserves oxygen when diving deeper. Absorbs and recycles CO2. Wiring kit and fiber mesh. So the fiber mesh is we cut away those vines. Is how we make that. So we can do that pretty easily. And propulsion cannon. Ingredients unknown. Oh yeah, didn't we learn... Ah, so yes, I did learn that other thing, but I need the mobile vehicle bay to make it. The sea moth, which is a great little bit of kit. Okay. Great little bit of kit, that, isn't it? Oh yeah, Christ. Great bit of kit, that. So now...
Seek fluid intake.
I think I just need to grab some fish for a minute because we're thirsty. So let's get all full on food and water. Let's get fed and watered before we head out. But we're making really, really good progress. I'm so proud of us, guys. Well done. I couldn't have done it without you. As we replenish ourselves here, and replenish in life, I did get a Diet Coke to sup on. I don't think you can say sup on if it's a drink. I think sup on is food. It would be sip on, perhaps. But, every so often. Just say a random word. It's fun. It's whimsical, you know. You can sup. You can sip. The hell? What was that? What did I just hear? Is that the soundtrack or something else? That scared me. Right. When you get a tank, when you build a home, you can breed the fish that you want. So you could have like a constant supply of the ones that you need. Because right now, I'm struggling to find the bladderfish. There they are. Let's get the old glider out and chase them down. Just want to get nice and full, stuffed on fish. I read an article that, because obviously fish and chips is such a big thing here in the UK, I just read an article about how some fish and chip places are serving catfish, which I guess comes from the east, and is cheaper and farmed, but they're telling you that it's cod, but you're eating catfish. Yeah, great British bit of cod that, mate, don't worry, bit of bloody catfish. Probably nothing wrong with it, but I mean, you certainly shouldn't be selling a meat that you claim is one thing and it's another, I don't think. Right?
Calorie intake recommended.
Well, that's the world we live in today. If I was a folk singer, I would be writing about it. I thought I was eating some cod, but I got some catfish in my mouth. That's the world we live in today. What's it all about?
Synthetic foods to be repulsed by eating and
I was eating catfish.
For millennia. You can too.
I could have made it.
Vital signs stabilizing.
There we go. We are full on water, full-ish on water, fully full on food. And we have a high capacity O2 tank. So we're going to switch that out for the standard O2. And put the standard O2 away, I think. Might be the move to make. So now we are good to go for... what would we be going for? More silver? What was I trying to get? I want to read those data entries of what we found on people. Because... there we go, survivors. Life pod 17, what did they say?
How's his log? It's the day of the crash. I don't know what the heck is happening. I'm scared and I'm not going outside. There are shadows in the water under the hatch, but I can't tell if they're rocks or aliens. And there's weird-looking caves nearby. The Aurora was carrying everything needed to build the
Oh yeah, the
gate.
caves.
Mobile vehicle bays, bioreactors, propulsion cannons. It had a cinema. There was a zero-G gym. My cafe. I don't understand how we're here now. I don't know why no one's coming for me.
That was actually pretty good voice acting. Ozzy's log. So, that's what we were going to do. We were going to go down deeper into those caves, weren't we? And what's this one?
You really think it'll carry two of us?
Your regular seaglide tows a mass of 80 kilograms at over 30 kilometers an hour. The power cellar rig to this one should double that.
You think there's something out there that's faster?
Oh, sure. And that's assuming it doesn't overload 3 meters from the light pod.
You're calm about this.
I'm seeing the engineering problem. If I stop seeing the maths, I'll be terrified.
Oh, so did their seaglide overload? Because that was what we scanned near where they were found, or near where their distress signal was, to make ours. Maybe they didn't make... that's how they didn't make it. I see. Okay, so next for us, I think we do fiber mesh. and more silver to make the rebreather for the wiring kit, and the fiber mesh is what we'll do. And then it's about going back to those deeper caves. I think the rebreather will help us a lot there. So we're going to cut some of these vines to make that. And then we shall go deeper, deeper, deeper. He's going to get mad when we do this, isn't he? Oh, it's not actually the vine. It's just that we were near him, I think. Okay, I thought he was protecting the vines last time. I wonder if turning off the light makes the battery on the equipment go slower. Like, I don't know if it's true. I think it is, or if it was a myth, but when you like had a Game Boy or something back in the day, if you played it with the sound off, it would make the batteries last longer. Is that true? Like on a long road trip, you'd be like, turn the sound down on Tetris. Oh, I don't want a battery to run out. It was actually my sister that had a Game Boy, but every so often I would get to play Tetris, and it was a very exciting time. Let me tell you. Ooh, I have a grav trap. I don't know if I want to make that with the battery that I have, though. So I just made fiber mesh. So it was 2 creep vine samples. And we got how many? 1. Okay, so my inventory was too full to pick those up. So we've got to empty out before we go back. Okay. Let's use our crates here. Stuff that we don't need, stuff that's easily replaced. There we go. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I've been kind of getting back into recording. It's been a minute. I've been so busy with everything else, with the movie channel and the podcast and everything, that I haven't recorded one of these for a little week or so. And it's always kind of scary to record when you haven't for a minute. I'm very much someone who, when I was streaming, I was doing it every day, and as soon as I stopped doing something, I find it really hard to go back to it. I like need it to be a habit, you know, or I get a bit kind of scared. Not scared, but it's just, it's hard to do it, and it's hard to think you're any good at it. So this one's me kind of breaking myself back into it, and then hopefully record a bunch more. But it's definitely, even at my big age, teaching me how important it is to just keep good habits going. It's not necessarily discipline, but just make something habit that you're doing it frequent and often. It's very helpful. And my brain's a bit scattered at the best of times, so been a little bit all over the place, but I'm glad that you've hung out with me today. I appreciate it. So I've got fiber mesh now. The next thing we want is the wiring kit, which is more silver. And we know where that is now, so we can go find it. Perfect. I'm gonna throw this vine out of my pocket. And we'll go get some silver over here. Oh, wait, there's a little sandstone even here right below me. Lead. Silver. Nice. Oh, it's so satisfying. Once you know what you're looking for, I'm very happy with that discovery. Which is also part of the magic of survival games, is learning it. Discovering it for yourself a little bit. Finding that thing. It's always the most exciting time to play a game, is when it's brand new and there isn't 1,000 people telling you the best way to do something yet. But you can find it for yourself and feel that joy of discovery. Of new lands, new best ways to do things. Everyone always just enjoys those first days. It's like when a new multiplayer game comes out and you just enjoy it. the few days everyone's just having fun before they start telling you what the best character to play is or what the best tactic is. It's always the best time to do it. For a game like this, of course, you can always just not search things up as well. You can just enjoy it. Because of what I do, sometimes I get stuff early, and there's been times where I've played stuff early, and it's so funny. It's such a funny experience to play something before it's out, and if you get stuck, there is no help. I mean, you could send an email to the devs and ask them, and they'd probably help you, but that's it. It's just you. It's you in the game. I've literally had puzzle games and stuff early. There's no looking up a solution when I'm playing that. I'm recording that early. You've just got to do it. So even when I've been stuck sometimes, I'm like, wow, okay, this is literally just me here. I've got to work this out and think about it. Where that item is, where that, you know, whatever it is that you're looking for. I've got a bit close to the back of the Aurora there. Let's go back. Which, if I'm playing something for recording it, if I look something up, you'll know I look it up, because I'll just literally alt-tab and you'll hear me typing and I'll say, let's look it up and discover, which I do very, very rarely. I do like to work it out with you. If I'm playing something for myself, I'm not adverse to looking something up if I'm stuck. And just kind of getting on with it, honestly. But that makes me think how back in the olden days, guys, if you were stuck, you had to buy a book, a strategy guide with the solutions in, if there was one. So I had one for Tekken that had all of the moves in, and I would sit there with a physical book and be looking up the combos and the moves and stuff and going from the book. I mean, they were great. They were great bits of merch, honestly, if you liked the game as well. Or puzzle games. I can remember I would play Discworld, and I think it was on the PlayStation 1. You had to call the helpline. I know there's a clip every so often that goes around of people calling the Nintendo helpline when they were stuck on Zelda back in the day. That was for every game. In a manual, there was a phone line if you needed help. And it would literally go through to, you know, a company or they would say they were the developers, but I guess it was a different phone line and people were there. And I used to have to call when I got stuck playing Discworld. An actual phone call, and a human answers. Hello, Signosis. That was who has developed it, and it was in Liverpool. Hello, Signosis, what can I help you with? Little me. I'm stuck trying to find a Rinsrin's hat. Alright, I want to go in and go in. Someone telling you, talking through it with someone on the phone. I mean, does that sound absolutely insane to you in this day and age? That if you were stuck in a video game, you would call another human being and they would talk you through it, is such a million years away from where we are now in terms of just Google it, ask the AI, pull up a YouTube video, look at a Let's Play. There's a million ways to do it. And so sometimes I'm really happy about when I grew up, because I saw all of that change and happen, from going from that to then there used to be text files online that were walkthrough guides, and you had to go through the file and find where you were and read what someone had written about how to do it. And even that was like, wow, I can't believe I don't have to call anyone and like pay £1 a minute to get the solution anymore. Great. You know, another phone bill that my dad was unhappy about. After my Ultimate Online days on the 56k modem. And was it 28k before 56, wasn't it? And then to where we are now. Simpler times, as I say. Full circle, watching Mad Men, feeling nostalgic, even though that was before I was even born. But just the way the world used to be, and how everything used to be slower and more about human connection. I'm really missing that now, these days, I have to say. So, I'm glad you're here, so we can at least share in this moment together, and you should feel like this is a human connection, because you're not alone in this very moment. You are experiencing this whilst many other people are experiencing it as well, hopefully. As you sort of lay there or watch this moment, there's lots of other people. There's people's pets, there's animals experiencing this. It's a shared experience, even though we're far apart and not currently in communication. Not just between me and you, but between me and you and everyone else that is watching this video and has made it to this moment and is seeking the same thing. Some respite or whatever it is. You know? And people send me stories sometimes of like, they'll put, oh, my cat loves your videos on in the background, helps settle them down and stuff. So you're listening with cats, you're listening with dogs, you're listening sometimes with an anxious polar bear if you listen to the podcast, because there's a polar bear that likes my podcast. She has anxiety, particularly Pride and Prejudice, the audiobook they would play for her in the zoo. And who knows what else. But there is connection there if you're missing it too. But I am. So you're not alone in that either. Of kind of thinking we should go back to those times. And that's why I'm recruiting for the cult. So if you want to sign up and come and join me in the woods and go back to full, simpler, slow living cult connection, just hit that like and subscribe and I'll keep you informed. We'll get an island somewhere, we'll move to it. Be great. As the sun comes up, there we go. That was my ramble to vamp for time whilst we waited for the sun to rise so that we're not swimming at night. And ain't she a beauty? Another day on an alien planet. It's always a good day when you live to see the sun rise again. As she does right here over this ocean. We're gonna dunk ourselves back in here now. Let's fabricate the water. Water. And again. And then some food. So now we can make another wiring kit. And for the rebreather, we're done. Beautiful. Okay, so next would be the radiation suit with 2 lead. I felt like I think the lead is outside in a box, actually. Wow, I picked up a lot of bladderfish. Let's turn those into water and food now, because they won't keep. From what I remember. Pretty sure stuff goes off. But if we filter it into water and cook it into food, it'll keep. It might even be that you have to cure it with salt if you want it to last longer. Preserved in salt, yeah. So instead I'm just going to turn them into water. Because that will keep. We've been struggling for water through this, haven't we? There we go. Okay, so, as they say in Australia, we want to go out here and find our lead. Lead. It was 2, wasn't it? Take 3 to be sure. And we can make a radiation suit. So we have radiation suit, radiation helmet. Okay, lead-lined radiation helmet, but I'll use the rebreather for now. Alright. Got a lot of water, got some batteries, got a rebreather. I think we're good to go back and go deeper. Hello? What's happening? It was just daytime. Is it an eclipse? Are we experiencing an eclipse? The world went dark as the planet went over the sun. Oh, that was so weird to come out to. As the sun came up. I think I just got superpowers. Wow, that was cool. That threw me. What was I saying? Go into the cave? Oh, and we can go there now. Which, I'll be honest with you, I'm not looking forward to. But we're going to explore the other bit first. And then we'll perhaps finish with a visit to the back of the Aurora. So now we can go down a little bit deeper into those other big holes, but we got to find where they were. I think it was this way. I just love how this game looks. It's got such a... Excuse you. It's got such a nice color palette, aesthetic. There's something kind of... all of the edges are rounded, you know? There's something really, really pleasing just about its style. I'm not sure exactly what it is or how to describe it, but it's so incredibly satisfying. Let's get some O2 here. Wow, we're lasting so much longer under the water here. I hadn't even noticed how much slower it was going down. The fact we didn't need to rise yet is great. Should probably be collecting all of this stuff, but I want to leave space for when we get into wherever we're going. It's okay. I can't quite remember where this was. I wonder if you can pull that waypoint up again. So it just shows you... Oh, my battery ran out. We've got to change the battery on our seaglide. There we go. We were just bumbling along at normal speed. Looking for a bioluminescent hole. But I'm also conscious of not going too far outside of where we've already been, as that would be a bad idea. Perhaps this is it here. I think. No. Or perhaps it's promising. It's going down. I think it is it. But I do need oxygen before we go down here. So let's go straight up.
30 seconds.
Towards the light. That beaming sun. And down. Oh, now that we have the extra O2 and the glider, I'm feeling a little bit apprehensive now about some of the areas we're going to go into, because my memory's not great and I can't remember exactly when we're going to encounter other stuff. I felt safe in that starting area, but here not so much. So I wonder what we've come down into this cave for. What would be the resource that's down here? There's definitely some eels around that we want to...
In this cave support a microcosm of unique, possibly predatory life forms.
Okay.
Detecting an artificial structure somewhere in the region.
So that's probably the eels that we're looking at, that she's talking about, I would think. So we're going to steer clear of those. You're talking about an artificial thing. I see a little base down here. What have we got here? Anything? I seem to remember a tool where you could then open up these boxes and get inside them. We need some oxygen here, so I'm hoping to spot a brain.
30 seconds.
But I'm not seeing one, so I'm going to have to go back because we do not want to... I don't even know if I'm going to make it. Oh no, probably should have brought a different oxygen tank. This was a bad idea. I got too comfortable.
Oxygen.
I don't know if we're supposed to come quite this way yet. Do we go straight up or do we risk looking for a brain? Go straight up and hope. Come on. Hold on. So close. No. Passed out. Didn't make it. Oh, okay. We woke up back at our base. It says you died. Do we lose anything? Or do we just come back here? I don't think we lose anything. Okay. I wonder if I can carry more than one oxygen tank and switch over. I think I can. That might be the way to go if we're going lower for now without the sea moth. I think we have it in storage, don't we? But if we're going to go be a bit brave now, we probably want more space in our inventory than that. We don't want to risk not being able to bring stuff back with us. I think some O2 would be smart here. Let's eat that fish. There we go. We've got half our inventory empty. And I think it's time for us to get into this spaceship. Let's go. Everyone hold tight. We'll get through this together. An adventure awaits. Just going to be calm, as we always are. In and out, not a problem. Fear is the mind killer. And all we have to do is put one fin in front of the other. Get ourselves into the ship. And get what we need. What's this? A beacon fragment. Do I already have the beacon? No. There we go. Got it unlocked. Okay.
New blueprint acquired.
I'm going to be keeping my eyes open. Ah, so if you've already scanned something, you get resources instead for doubling up on it. Got it. Alright, I see a brain bubble for air here. So we're moving into slightly more worrying territory. It's okay, you just stay asleep there, don't worry. I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna get us inside. Well, I've got a new radio message. That might be a nice excuse to not continue here and to go back, mightn't it? Oh dear. Just in time. We were brave to get this far. But it could be important. It could be an emergency. We must go back and find out. Who's calling? The weirdest thing about being in space or somewhere else must be getting messages on such a delay. Must be strange. It's like back in there when you had to get a letter.
This is Sunbeam. You know Aurora. We're from a little transgov on the far side of Andromeda, and we have a saying there.
Okay.
There's no bad without the good, no good without the bad. Sounds like you tasted a bunch of the former, but that only means you're overdue a whole lot of the latter. Might just be we're it. We're scanning for somewhere to park. We'll be in touch when we find it. Sunbeam out.
Alright, Sunbeam. We'll see you soon. Unfortunately, it's not a mission sending us anywhere else, so we shall have to persevere and head to the back of the spaceship. Or the front of the spaceship, I should say. I'm pretty sure that's the way we go in. It's around this front area. And I think we need to go in there to get what we need for building vehicles, so it is absolutely essential. Let's switch to our radiation helmet, as we're going to get some clicks in there for sure. And I'm starting to question whether I can do this, but it's okay. We're here together. It's getting very dark. It's getting very dark. Okay. The chair's very creaky and it's getting very dark. Let's take a deep breath, hide in a tube for a second. Everything's okay. Is it nighttime? I'm not doing this at nighttime. Absolutely no way. No, we're going back. Okay. I'm not doing this at nighttime. 100% a no. In the morning. Gentlemen, to bed. At dawn we rise and head to the back of the spaceship to find our way in. To learn things we've never learned before. How to craft our next steps. But for now, to sleep, perchance to dream. Let's catch some fish for dinner. That's what we need. Sustenance. Luckily we're good. I mean, these flares just continue to go. Continue to light the area up, so they seem to last forever. They've not gone anywhere. We're going to cook some food. And we'll be nice and full. Oh yeah, habitat builder. That's the next thing we want to do. Computer chip, wiring kit, battery. So I think if I have silver... And we did pick up a bunch, didn't we? And then put it away. I think that would be part 2, would be building the base. If we did that, would be something we worked on. That would be a good next step together, actually. Maybe I used all the silver. We can find some more though. Okay. So that would be also the next thing. And it's a quiet night. I like that you can come up here and you get the lapping of the waves. Which is such a comforting sound if you've ever been lucky enough to go somewhere by the sea or the ocean. It's one of those things where if you go for a few days or a week or something, and you get used to hearing this, that when you leave, the world feels so silent. Your home feels really quiet when you've been listening to this for a week. I used to go to Spain and stay right by the sea. And so you would just hear constantly for, you know, a week or two. And it's like such a phenomenon. You come back and you think, oh, it sounds so oddly silent. But it's so nice to fall asleep to. Being where you're staying and being in a bed and hearing that. And waking up to it as well. I think There's probably been studies done on it, but there's something different about people who live on the coast in terms of the diet and the health and the temperament and the attitude. And I feel like just living that way and hearing that every night and waking up to it probably regulates you in some way. It must do. Where else do you think, if you lived near it, as a sound? What sound could help regulate people other than waves? The same way I think people in the city are not as calm as coastal folk because it's constant noise. The noise floor of horns honking and all of that. It's, you know, a constant stressor, isn't it? Traffic, and so they're forever stressed out. There's definitely some science behind that. But you don't have to be a scientist to have the common sense to say that that's probably a thing, you know? As I just did. And you agreed with me, so we're basically scientists, guys. Well, the sun is up. It's time. Here I go again on my own. Heading down the only road I've ever known. Just gonna be real brave and get us in there. There's no turning back now. Probably just wanna... Oh, I'm not allowed to switch the power source on this yet? Oh, I can. Okay, yes, I want a full battery in here before we go anywhere close. I do not want this running out of battery on me. Now, let's just get our bearings. We're just going to go up here slightly. Let's take a look. Because we're heading out into some pretty open ocean that way. Oh dear. We're getting close. Okay, we're gonna stick down here. I suspect we'll be more comfortable on the ocean floor than we would be out in the open. And we'll see what we see. Sticking around here. Much more comfortable. Oh, we've got some stuff to scan here. Seamoth fragment. Nice. 2 of 3. So, that's good. Hopefully we can make the Seamoth soon. Turn the lights off. Jurassic Park style. Is this another Seamoth? Oh my gosh, we can make the Seamoth. We just need to be able to make the vehicle bay. Wow, there's loads of stuff to scan here. Bioreactor scanner. Wow, little fish terrified me.
Integrating new PDA data.
How hard that made me jump is not a good sign, guys. It's not a good sign. It's not a good sign. I'm not over my fear. I feel like crying a little bit. Okay. Let's carry on. You ever just feel like crying a little bit? Ooh, we need oxygen. Let's find a brain. There was one back here.
30 seconds.
These are lifesavers, aren't they? Why did it go from being really bright down here to suddenly a bit dark? Day has only just dawned. Is this the daily eclipse? I think it might be, but I'm not going up to check. because it was feeling really bright and safe there for a minute. Oh wow, the map on this thing's actually brilliant. If we look down at it like that, we can really see. That's really cool. Alright, let's have another little recce here to see if there was anything else worth scanning. As it was looking like some good finds. Got ourselves the bioreactor, the scanner room. But what we need is the actual vehicle bay. Alright. I mean, the sound design is so brilliant. Just that, the baying of giant creatures in the distance. It's so atmospheric. I mean, there's a real skill to getting it so you feel like you're underwater and that you've got that ambience without it being annoying. Because it can get a bit much in some games, can't it? You don't want like constant splish splashing. They really did well with it. Okay. Did I bring water? I did. Let's have that. Let's see if we can get a little closer. And see what we can see close to the ship. Right under the big boys. Oh dear, I don't want to do it, but I'm gonna. Maybe it'll be fine. Let's go and have a look.
Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
Are we happy about that? I'm not sure we are. Do you need some oxygen before we go here? This is the thing as well, it's that pressure of not being fast enough with what you're doing and the pressure of oxygen, like actually having to push forward so you don't have to go back. It's such genius design. Is there not a closer brain here? I really have to go all the way back to that one. Almost ran out here. Lucky I did start heading back. Ooh, might be quicker for us to go up. Oh, we're quite close. 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 Up for a quick breathe. This is incredibly close now. Alright. If we can get alongside that and start going towards it, we'll find ourselves where we need to be. Alright. Let's start getting towards the ship. Over the sand. And finding a way in. Everything's gonna be fine. We are braver than we know. Stronger than we think. Everything's fine. everything will be okay in the end, and if it's not okay, then it's not the end. Get a little oxygen. Head back in. We're okay. These other fish are our friends. Very experienced with them. We're almost at the back of the ship. We shall quickly make our way inside.
Life form readings in this region are sparse. The Aurora's radioactive fallout will have devastating effects on the alien ecosystem if not contained within the next 24 hours.
Sure. Do not talk to me again. Alright, here we go. We're at the back of the ship. The whole of the ship. Finding our way in. Can we get in this way? It's not going to let me in, is it?
36.
Oh no, that's not a good time to run out of oxygen, baby. Okay. Breather. We need a breather. Breathing. And down. Deep breath, everyone. We're going in. Need to find a hole. There it is. Okay, we have eyes. That's what we need to avoid. As long as we can
Passing 100
see it over there.
Oxygen efficiency decreased.
That's comforting that it's not near us. And let's just get ourselves in here. That thing is future me's problem. But as for right now, me and you are staying away from it. And we just need to find the way up. Why are we not able to surface here? Did we make it? We made it somewhere. I thought I would just get around the back and find a way in. Seems not. I guess there must be another way. I really felt like we had made it. And now it's nighttime. Great. And the map doesn't work here. And night has fallen. Okay. This is quite possibly the worst set of circumstances I've ever been in this game. Oh no. Let's keep that light on. And we'll just have to firm this out till morning. Everything's gonna be okay. This is just an evening of me giving you a pep talk and telling you that everything will be fine. With underwater ambience. When that sun rises, we'll be able to find our way home. But I think it's best that we stay here for now. The good news is the creature did not see us, so we should be safe to wait it out till morning. Let's have a little oxygen. And then it's going to feel like the longest night. We know that the nights pass quickly, and that it's always darkest before the dawn. And then this area, on the bright side, is going to feel a lot brighter, and we shall feel a lot braver. If we can get through this, we can get through anything. Oh, I'm running out of power on my Seamoth. Not Seamoth, my glider. Oh no. What do I even have in terms of switching the power? The one with 43%? Okay, let's just put that one in, but switch to our flashlight whilst we're just sitting here. And we'll switch to the glider if we need to. I feel like Hooper in Jaws when he gets out of the cage and he has to survive underwater until the end of the movie. Let's get some oxygen. I am a little concerned that I couldn't find the way in, and that we'll kind of have to go back out that way. It's also annoying that the walls appear to be invisible, you know? That's frustrating. Because it certainly looks like we should be able to go in where we're at. I think the sun's coming up. It's getting lighter. Day has dawned. Wow, we're almost out of the water here. Can I scan this? Is that anything? No. This is the wreckage. Wow, standing up on here would have been way more chill to watch the sunrise. I just found a really cool little spot where we're actually completely safe. So I think we're going to have to go back out that way and find a way in. That looks like the sun's coming up to me now. Yep, it's going orange. Alright, day has dawned. With it being day, I think we're going to try and find our way in. Much lighter down here now. We can be much, much happier with this. Let's turn the map up so we can see. So we are looking for a way in. I wonder if these arrows mean anything to us.
Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
I seem to remember the way in just being up near the surface, so I'm a little perturbed that this hasn't led us there. Need to find a way. I think we should keep looking here a little bit more. It feels like it's the right way. Just gotta find the right spot. What about up here? What's this? Doesn't look like there's a way in from here. Unless I crawl around here, but that also doesn't look like it's the right way. Weird to just have a little open spot here that you can climb up onto. Let's continue the search. Whilst keeping our eyes open as we move a little closer to the edge here. Ooh, this looks promising. Let me have a quick look if we can scan this. No? Let's go up. Did we find it? I think we found it. I think we're in. Oh wow, I went too far. We could have been in a lot quicker than we were. That's my bad. And I had to spend the night whispering in your ear, but I guess every cloud has a silver lining, swings and roundabouts, you know. These little crabs remind me so much of Half-Life. Little head crabs. Gotta get rid of them. Looks like if we hit them, they run away. We don't actually have to take them out completely. So we found a med kit. Oh, wait. Did I need to bring the fire extinguisher? There's a lot of fire happening here.
Warning, ship's structural integrity is low. Fire suppression equipment and laser cutters may be required. Exploration is conducted at your own risk.
I forgot.
Fluid intake.
We need a fire extinguisher and we need the laser cutter, which we don't have yet. We haven't even found the prints for that. Free batteries there. Well, that's good. That's kind that it tells you that you need those things. So I have to go back and get that stuff. I literally bought Ratatouille for nothing. Okay, great. Let's go. So now... it's an issue, isn't it? We're hearing the sounds, but I'm not seeing where it is. It's sounding a little bit close, if you ask me. Wait, I see it. I see its tail. Making our move. Come on, baby, push. Quick look behind. I think we're safe. I think we did it. Well done. We made it. We just need to... once we're safe, once we're away from the ship. But not being around that side of it is a great start. I find the hum of the vehicles quite comforting. It'll be fun once we're in the sub too. Well, we know what our next goal is making the laser cutter, bringing a fire extinguisher. So that is our next step. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Let me know in a comment if you want to see another part of Subnautica on the channel. And do come back in just a few days when I'll be checking out Subnautica 2. Until then, there are some more sleepy adventures to click on your screen right now if you need a bit more time, or check out the podcast Down to Sleep on Spotify and everywhere you get podcasts. I've been MadMorph, and I will see you next time. Good night.